30 seconds to broadcast.
Or is it?
"15 seconds to launch. Places, please. 5 seconds.
Adjust your mojo.
You are about to participate in a great adventure.
Now.
At age, 60, he's just gonna break bad?
Radio with an attitude.
This system that we love is broken.
I know that.
Do not comply.
Hey, mother.
Welcome to another 2 hours of common sense.
That liberty and justice for all is a myth.
And erratic behavior.
You want to, but you can't. And when you do, you wish you didn't.
This is your Daily Mojo.
It was a ribbon-cutting ceremony yesterday on the west side of Chicago. Not the baddest part of town. That Mayor Johnson announced his People's Plan will now include the nation's first crime-related loyalty program called Rap Sheet Rewards. He said, today I'm announcing all residents of Chicago 11 years or older who have at least one arrest will be receiving a loyalty card in the mail that will be good for up to 10 free crimes per year. I like to call them Rap Sheet Rewards. Y'all?
What in the hell are you talking about?
The mayor continued. He said this is not going to be some fancy card with a chip and an app. We can't afford that with the teacher's contract that we just signed. We are going old school, the simple raggedy punch card for their loyalty the Rap Sheet Rewards program in Chicago. It's a good idea. It's a good idea that, I mean, it will allow the police to more easily keep track of the ne'er-do-wells. Isn't any advantage you can give the cops over the bad guys a good idea?
Yes, but I don't understand the punch card or the 10 free crimes.
If you are caught in the commission of a crime, alleged crime, then you will get you get the little out of your little card. Again, it won't be an app, and it won't be a chipped card. It will be the old school where you have to take a little puncher and punch a hole out of it. And there wasn't much other information available. The mayor did not provide much detail on how Rap Sheet Rewards is likely to work. City Hall hinted that every crime will have a set number of punches. They compared it to like a sub sandwich or a cup of coffee.
Okay, what happens when you hit your 10th punch?
I guess you get a free crime. See, for example, a simple battery or garage burglary would only be good for 1 or 2 punches. A shooting could be worth 5. Homicide could be worth, he said the whole card, maybe even 10 punches. It is not clear what the full card would grant the holder. I guess that's the big question, because you don't want to join any sort of a. I mean, how many times do you have the chance to join a rewards program and you're like, well, what does this get me? I mean, every time I go to like Advanced Auto Parts, are you a member of our? Well, what does it get me? Well, we'll send you emails. I don't want emails. I get enough emails.
I don't read my
It's
emails.
like, right. I mean, if you were going to say, hey, with every 5 purchases, you get $10 back. Okay. But so many of these rewards programs are just pretty much worthless. This one, however, sounds like it will give the cops an upper hand and will more easily be able, the cops, that is the police, will be more easily able to identify the criminals. This, I guess you can kind of see the logo. It'll be a punch card much like that one. Rap Sheet Rewards. So.
Okay.
You're not on board with this?
I don't have a clue what it is. I'm still trying to figure out.
Why do you not support the blue?
I'm still trying to figure out what the hell this is.
You don't support the blue. I mean, that's
I love the
obvious.
blue.
This came to us, I mean, officially from Hey Jackass in Chicago, who they keep track of all of the city's crimes, you know,
Okay.
whether they are burglary. You're familiar with Hey Jackass, right?
I am not.
You don't know Hey Jackass?
I do not.
You call yourself a Chicagoan.
Oh, no, I don't. I've been to Chicago once and got the hell out as
Wait a
fast as I could.
What? Oh, I'm sorry. This is the wrong show. I thought this was Kevin and Bean in the morning. I
No.
apologize.
Nope.
No, this is the Daily MoJo.
MoJo. Yeah.
Oh, I'm. You're Ron, right?
Yes, not Bean. Thank you.
I'm Brad. I'm Brad, and that's Ron. And this was. I had to look at it 4 or 5 times until I realized, Hey Jackass was
Punking
pulling
us
the old
yesterday?
April
Yeah.
Fool's Day
Gotcha.
joke. And I was like, wait a second. Much like you, I was wondering, what do you get when you punch out your whole card? Again, if you get a free sandwich
And I'm
after
sitting here
4
thinking,
or 5
wait,
B&Es,
These criminals are going to carry this damn card with them in their wallet? What?
it's 2025. One never knows.
Okay.
I mean, that absolutely could be something that they would do. Could it not?
I guess.
Just saying. It's possible.
$500 must be a peach of a hand.
Peach of a hand.
Oh, thank you, darling. Kate, you're not wearing a bustle. How dude?
Come on, Holiday. You in or out, God damn it.
You gonna play
Boy, Aunt
cards?
Bailey, you look like you're just about ready to burst.
Come on. Come on, show.
Well, I suppose I'm deranged, but I guess I'll just have to call. Cover your ears, darling. Isn't that a daisy?
You son of a bitch. Hey, Billy, just settle down. Shut up. Take your money and get out. Because I'm tired of listening to your mouth.
Why, Aunt Bailey. We cross?
Them guns don't scare me. 'Cause without them guns, you ain't nothing but a skinny lunger.
Dad, what an ugly thing to say.
Are we not friends?
Our poor ugliness. Does this mean we're not friends anymore? You know, Ed, if I thought you weren't my friend, I just don't think I could bear it.
You know, this one actually came as a shock to me when I got up this morning
Yeah.
and learned that Val Kilmer had died. He was only 65.
65.
For crying out loud.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not that many years off from me, really.
Yeah.
It's a good 20 or 30 away from me.
But Val
you know, it's
Kilmer
not
has
that far.
He struggled with a few things you don't
He
specifically
did.
have.
He had
right?
some issues.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's, of course, the iconic performance in Top Gun.
Matt, you want to know who the best is? That's him, Iceman. It's the way he flies, ice cold, no mistakes. Just wears you down. You get bored, frustrated, do something stupid, and he's got you. Hey, Slider.
Hey, Goose.
Thought you wanted to be a pilot, man. What happened?
Goose, you're such a dickhead. Whose butt did you kiss to get in here, huh?
Well, the list is long but distinguished.
I love that
So's Mike
line.
Johnson.
You're flying with Iceman.
The list is long but distinguished.
Hey, Mother Goose, how's it going? Doing good, Tom. This is Pete Mitchell, Tom Kazansky.
Congratulations on Top Gun.
Thank you.
Sorry to hear about Cougar. He and I were like brothers in flight school. He was a good man.
Still is a good man.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Thought so.
Say, you need any help?
This,
With what?
God, they're
Figured it
such
out yet?
babies.
Who the best is.
What's that?
Who's the best pilot?
No, I think I can figure that one out on my own.
I heard that about you. You like to work alone.
Look at
you must have sold
Tom Cruise looks like he's 10.
Such a good movie, dude.
Cougar spot.
We didn't slide into Cougar spot. It was ours, okay?
Yeah, well, some pilots wait their whole career just to see him make up close. Guess you guys are lucky and famous, huh? No, you mean notorious. I'll see you later. You can count on it.
That's been what, 40?
Yeah. Almost
40 years now?
No, next year.
Next year it'll be 40 years. And then, of course, in the sequel, the longest, does it hold the record for the longest period of time between?
I think so. Between
an original and a sequel?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think it does.
A good one. I think, didn't Gone with the Wind have a sequel? But who cared?
Yeah.
Because you don't dick around with a classic like Gone with the Wind. And it was risky business.
I see what you did.
You've never seen Risky Business.
Yeah, I have.
You said you hadn't.
When? I said that? I've seen it.
Yeah.
I've even probably tried to slide in in my sock, feet, and underwear.
Wow. You. And then in
Maverick.
the sequel to Top Gun. Did this scene make you cry?
This scene was tough to watch, yeah.
Pussy. I don't think anybody thought this would be his last on-screen appearance.
I don't know how.
These two seem to be like the ultimate rivalry / friendship ever.
I'm not a teacher, Ice. I'm a fighter pilot.
Weird thing is,
a naval aviator. It's not what I am. It's who I am. How do I teach that? Even if I could teach it, it's not what Rooster wants. It's not what the Navy wants.
When I see him,
That's why they canned me the last time.
When I see Tom Cruise like that, I don't feel nearly as bad.
The only reason I'm here is you.
About using up the other 4 boxes of my Just for Men.
If I send him on this mission,
yeah,
he
might never come home.
You think that's his real hair?
Oh, I have no idea. I think it is.
And if I don't send him,
do you?
It may be.
Come
It
on.
may be. It may be a little darker
He's-
than it normally is, right there. Yeah.
But you think that's all his?
I could lose
I
him
think it's
forever.
his.
I mean, his hair is unnaturally thick. Sorry, I took the focus off Val. Val Kilmer, 65. Look at that hair.
I know.
I mean, that's some solid hair right there on
Look,
Tom
the fact
Cruise.
that they were both still around for this movie is good. I think at the time they were filming this, Val really couldn't talk well.
Needs Maverick.
They had to overdub his voice.
The kid needs Maverick.
throat cancer.
That's why I fought for you.
And he,
That's why you're still here.
no homo.
Thank you, Ice. For everything.
Touching scene, and Val Kilmer was only 65 years old.
Yeah.
That's the freaky part. He died of pneumonia, which first thing I thought of. I mean,
I know.
He had cancer, but still
didn't he beat the cancer though? I mean, he had throat problems, I get it, but I think he beat it. But
well, he did, but then I don't know if I don't know. I just don't know. It's sad to see Val gone, but again, he and I guess it was probably because of his character in Top Gun that I couldn't separate the actor from the character. I didn't like him for the longest time. I didn't like Val Kilmer.
Had I not seen Weird Science before or early in his career, I probably would feel the same way. But then when Tombstone came out, and good Lord, he was Batman for Pete's sake.
I'm Batman.
He
Did you think he was a good Batman, though?
I honestly, I'm not a fan of the Batman movies. So,
What the hell is wrong
George
with you?
Clooney, Ben Affleck. I wasn't. I don't know.
The best Batman was Michael Keaton.
Yeah, I agree
He
with
had the
that
right
statement.
amount
Yeah.
of crazy in it.
Yeah.
But and Val Kilmer, did he have the nipples, or was that George Clooney?
I think it was Clooney.
Clooney had the nipples. That was the big controversy back then.
Yeah.
Is the new Batman costume came out and it had nipples on it, and we're like,
what the
does
hell?
Batman really need nipples on his costume? Because I'm not sure that he does. I don't know what kind of choice that was that the costume designer made, but it just seemed a little odd at the time. And did Robin have nipples too?
No idea.
I don't remember Robin's nipples. I remember Batman's, though. That one goes down in history. But there will be, of course, more.
Who died today?
Coming up
Today.
coming up later when the Chewing the Fat podcast drops. People are dropping like flies. It's a good thing Jeffy's around to keep track of them.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, just saying.
Who died today? Who died today?
He's got the corner on the market. You have any special memories of Val Kilmer today, make sure that you let us know in the comments wherever you're watching, whether it's on Rumble, whether it is on Facebook. Although we don't generally see the comments on Facebook for some reason. I don't know if Ron is just too lazy to go check.
Well, I'm not.
What? Do you don't check them?
Dude, we're broadcasting to like 4 or 5 Facebook pages. So no, I don't go check them.
I know you're busy. You got things to do.
Free Range Prisoner says Val Kilmer was an excellent Jim Morrison, and I agree with that.
He was.
Yeah,
he was a fantastic Jim Morrison, and again, it's sad because 65 years old.
The dude could play any role. Did you ever see The Saint with him in it? Yeah, where he played,
Simon.
He played different characters in The Saint because he was a disguise.
Simon, what the hell is Simon's name? Simon, not Simon Cowell. Simon, not Simon Sinek. Simon. Roger Moore was the best Saint. I mean, there's just, you couldn't really.
Simon Templar.
Simon Templar.
Yeah.
You think there's any relation to the Knights of Templar there?
Well,
you think?
Yeah.
Possibly. But again, leave a comment wherever you are watching today, just like Don Jones did over on the Facebook yesterday. He says, I doubt y'all ever look at the comments
that was YouTube.
On the latest show. What'd I say?
Facebook. Yeah, that was a YouTube post.
Oh, so now you're a critic.
No, I'm not a critic.
It was a YouTube keeper post. Of the Facebook comment. Oh, you checked the YouTube but not the Facebook.
Well, they get emailed to me.
Why you hate
at least
Facebook
I look at
so
my email,
badly?
Brad.
I don't.
Now let's have a discussion about. Okay, that's all right.
What do you think? I'm embarrassed by saying I don't check my email? I've made it very clear. I don't check my email. We're how many years on are we now from email? Like 30?
Oh, probably. Yeah, I remember my first email account was probably
technology.
95. Yeah.
Okay, so it's 30 years old. Why would I check a 30-year-old technology? If you need to get a hold of me, you know how to do it.
It's still one of the primary ways to communicate with people.
Not with me. It's not.
Well, hell, even text messages.
Edge.
You're not even there either.
Oh, I am.
Oh, no, you.
Yeah, I am. Just because I didn't answer doesn't mean I didn't get it. Don says, I doubt you all ever look at the comments on the latest show that the people might put down after they watched it, but you are doing a great job. Don't stop. I've got many different people I listen to because I'm disabled. Because of a motorcycle accident, somebody pulling out in front of me. I really appreciate you guys. I'll be sending you some more money in the future when I finally get my final settlement. Can we take money from cripples? I don't know that we can.
You did it anyways. God, dog.
What?
God bless him.
I don't. I mean, Don, I don't know that we can take your money
if you're all boned up.
It depends on how much we're talking here.
Yeah, that's true.
Look, nobody's a friend of the cripples more than me. And the Daily MoJo. We truly are. Jolly Jake Level says, more pie holes closed, more pies baked. Thank you. It's If women would just follow the directions more, we wouldn't have this sort of a problem, would we?
No.
Would we? No, we wouldn't. I mean, all they got to do is follow the instruction book, and we're good. Over on the X, I Mr. Davis says, one of my favorite Val Kilmer movies, Heat.
I don't know that I've seen that.
I don't remember that movie, Heat. Now, it's not to say I haven't seen it. I've probably seen it a dozen times. I just don't remember it. Heat. The side of Heat 3. I don't think I've ever seen that. That's a pretty... Is that De Niro?
Wow.
What happened to you?
Douche Nero. That was back when you weren't aware of what a douche Nero
was. Yes.
Really is. Good old days. And Val Kilmer with the ponytail. I'll have to go back and...
I think he had one in The Saint, too.
Simon Templar had a ponytail?
Yeah, in one of his disguises, dude.
Oh, well.
Yeah. One of his disguises.
In a disguise, sure. More than slightly venomous Kirk. Val Kilmer was such a great actor because he changed everything. Inflections, mannerisms, walk, etc. Also, you're forgetting his greatest movie, Top Secret. That's right, Top Secret. That was with the cow. That was funny. That came out before Top Gun, didn't it? I think it did. I think
Weird
Top
Science
Secret
come out. That's sweet.
84 or 5, right? Weird Science, maybe
I'm looking.
Slightly before.
Weird Science, 1985. Yeah, so before Top Gun.
Yeah, so Top Secret. Top Gun was 86. Top Secret, 85. Jonathan
Am
Evans.
I thinking Weird Science?
Two,
Weird Science may not be the movie I'm thinking of.
I don't know if he's in there or not.
Let me see.
He might be. Are you thinking of Bill Paxton?
No, I was thinking of a different one. Hang on just a second. I'll find it.
Maybe Top Secret you're thinking of. Val Kilmer was also Elvis in the movie True Romance.
Really?
Jonathan Evans says, 2 tips for Brad Staggs, real Ron Phillips today. Number 1, stay away from train tracks. Okay. Number 2, the camera adds 10 shades to your hair color. Does it? You know, I noticed that, and it just looks like a highlight, but I'm going to tell on myself because I missed a little spot of the gray on this side. So when you go, oh, that's the light's hitting his stash, just a little funny because it looks gray. No, that's not. That's just me.
Real
missing.
Genius is the movie I was thinking of. Real Genius.
Seen that one either.
Yeah.
Val Kilmer, Real Genius.
Yeah, Real Genius.
That
came out in 85 also.
That doesn't even begin.
My General? I wouldn't know, Dave. I haven't had a working weapon since Korea.
I'm sorry, Dave. This is too much. I'm going to have to ask for a reassignment.
I'm sorry to hear that, George.
I don't think I've ever...
I urge you to stop.
Thanks for your input. Sorry you won't be on the team. Maybe next time.
What's that guy's name?
Too bad. Used to be a good man. Afraid we're gonna have to liberate George.
Liberate him.
That me?
That's code for let me take care of it. Yep.
He's going to the train station.
Liberate? You mean liquidate?
Larry, let's see that film on blinding techniques. Then we'll all have some lunch, all right?
All right, looks like it might be interesting. Who knows?
It was a good movie. It was a kind of a comedy, and yeah,
a dark comedy.
That was his. That was his first. Well, Top Secret was his first movie, obviously, but Real Genius was the next year, and yeah.
What?
Nothing.
Yep.
It was a good role. I remember seeing that before Top Gun, so maybe that Top Gun kind of typecast him a little bit.
Would you mind telling me what the hell Wade Robertson is doing, posting OnlyFans pictures on X?
What is the dude? He's running around in his freaking boxer briefs, man.
I mean, I
showing
hate
the
to
hell
stare
off
at another man's ass as much as I'm staring at his ass right now. And I did look.
People are.
I'm not. I don't think I'm. I might be gay, just a little bit, just a little, just a little. I mean, when you stop and you look at Wade Robertson's butt like that, solid old school back day, a bunch of. Oh, he's not even reminding us of his butt.
Dude,
he's trying to call attention to his back.
At least Wade Robertson can take a picture in his underwear. I don't want to send out a picture of me in my underwear.
I can take a picture. You want to see a picture of me in my underpants? Hang on a second. I'll get up. I'll take a picture. Oh, wait.
Not wearing any. Gotcha.
I'm not wearing any. I'm, however, wearing the second shirt no, I did not break my pledge yesterday by wearing the Daily MoJo polo shirt. That was a new shirt that I'll be giving away. So it was it was a giveaway. It was a promotional shirt that I was wearing. But my project T-shirt is to wear a different T-shirt every day.
I like that one. That one's nice, dude.
On Monday, and then deciding if I'm keeping it or if it goes in the giveaway pile.
You guys went to this, right? Storm Area 51, September
and
of 2018.
Look at when that was.
2019, 2018?
2019.
Wow. Wow.
I know. That was 2019.
That was the year that sucked ass.
Oh, that was, yeah, that's right. I was thinking it was...
we had Doc pass away. We had my dad pass away. My grandmother pass away.
My cat.
Your cat.
And my mom and my brother. I was thinking it was the end of 2020, but it was 2019, so it's going
Alien
on.
Lives Matter. That's the T-shirt he's got on today. Alien Lives Matter.
Damn straight.
Yep.
And this one right here is a keeper. It's a keeper. Save me from myself.
Was that? Let me ask you a question. No. You got that in 2019, right? Was Black Lives Matter around in 2019?
I'm going to guess it was.
Interesting. Oh, okay.
Yeah, because it came around every year during elections.
Okay. It just wasn't a huge thing until after the election in 2020 election,
right.
I guess.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right.
Where did I put the old pen? Oh, there it is right there. I was just looking for my other pen. I was popping around with the old Sharpie here, and I was looking for my Daily MoJo wood because you gave another... I mean, you did such a low-key giveaway that no one even knew you were giving it away.
But we talked about it all March long. Yeah.
No, you didn't. You said it like twice.
And by the way, the pens are still on sale for the month of April.
Yeah?
Yeah. They are on sale for $50, which is $20 off.
Holler.
And right. I've got like 6 of them I need to make this morning, so...
And you got to get out there and save some wood.
Yeah, and again, thank you, Scott. Scott Teaser was the one that won the pen on Monday, and finally sent me what he wants on the gift box. So
did he? He sent us an email. He's like, I wasn't he listening in a parking lot in Provo?
He was in a parking lot listening to the replay of the show on Monday. Yeah, and heard us say that Scott T won. He's like,
I read that email. I'm like, yeah. He was sitting in a parking lot in Provo, Utah, and he's like, I don't know if I'm the guy or not, but I think I am. So here, hey, which is kind of cool. Out in Provo. I mean, does that mean he's Mormon? Were you giving away to Mormons too? I mean, Mormons were included in the giveaway.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's weird because usually you're like no Mormons.
I didn't know. I haven't.
Well, not on this one, but on the other ones, you were like, no Mormons can win these prizes, but this particular prize, all right, Mormons can win.
Yeah.
F it. Fine. So even though Scott may or may not, I mean, he is in Mormon territory.
The most feedback I've gotten so far at Mojo Laser Pros with the pens is that I need to put out
you do need
photograph.
To put out more.
Yeah, I do. Then again, ask my wife. We need to put out
You need
photos.
to put out to your wife more?
Yes.
I don't know if Misty likes to refer to it as the chore, so I'm not sure that's really.
I need to put out photos that matches the wood that we offer.
You would.
Yeah.
You love to
People
put
are
out
like,
photos
what?
of the wood?
What wood is that? So I need to, I'm working on it, folks. I'm working on it.
Put out the wood. Stay out the bushes, put out the wood. Look, you brought it up.
I did.
I just work here. And I want everyone to know that. I just work here. So if you want to get your own wood that Ron has either put out or hasn't put out, Beats the hell out of me. Go to mojolaserpros.com. Get you some today. And if you do it today, no one gets hurt. And you still get the special price of $50 Make You Holla for the solid wood pen that Ron turns with his own hands.
Yeah.
Twisty turnies with his own hands. Right there. Mojo, mojolaserpros.com. We done? You done?
Yep.
We all finished?
Yep.
Let's do it now.
We got around the mic each day. The Daily MoJo here to stay. With 50 topics hot and bright, they'll set your world on fire tonight. To do run, they're on the air. To do run, with news to share. To do run, the Mojo crew. To do run, they're here for you.
To do run.
So you know, I did not write this.
From politics to pop culture's craze, they tackle issues in a haze.
Tackle them?
With wit and wisdom sharp and keen. The Daily MoJo for vibrant scene. To do run, they're on the air. To do run, with news to share. To do run, the Mojo crew. To do run, they're here for you.
You know, that rhymed with F-U, I just want you to know. It
So
did.
tune in, close to miss a beat. The Daily MoJo can't be beat. With 50 stories fresh and bold. The Daily MoJo, a vibrant scene. To do run, they're on the air.
To do run. That's what my wife does. To do run.
The Mojo crew. To do run, they're here for you.
I want to thank Deb Treadway for writing the song. It's the...
So tune in close, don't miss.
All right, that's enough. There's such a thing as too much togetherness and too much jingle. But thank you, Deb Treadway, for writing the Mojo jingle. That was very nice, wasn't it?
To do run. Yeah, it was nice.
Thank you. It was very, very kind of you. Appreciate that. I was watching last night one of the videos on the pyramids, and my jury has been out on this pyramid thing because I'm so used to my heart being broken.
Yeah, because you get information that you didn't follow up on, and it's just really nothing there. But this just keeps going. You're all over this.
I'm all over it. I don't know if I'm all over it.
You're all over it, dude. You've sent me like 3 videos.
Like white on rice. I'm all over this.
That one yesterday was funny. Because you picked
Which one
up
I sent you yesterday?
the one that I told you was Notebook LM, just because we recognized the voices.
That one. Yeah, that was. Where did I put that? The AI channel.
Yeah,
that one was.
The guy put out he made a video about the pyramids, the stuff under the pyramids,
right? But
and used that little tool that we found. But nobody would know that, right? I mean, that's
except everybody that knows it.
Everybody that knows.
Like, it's that same thing.
Yeah. Everybody that knows those voices.
That's a bunch of crap. and here if you're not following the pyramid story, there has been a kind of a brouhaha brewing over whether or not there is a giant structure up underneath the pyramids. And we
can talk about it all day long, but unless they excavate
side
scanning
access,
side scanning radar,
no, it's SAR, side.
I don't know. I'll look it up.
SAR. It's I'm pretty sure it's side scanning. But
synthetic aperture radar is what it's called.
That's it right there. Synthetic aperture. I knew it was side something. Synthetic aperture radar. It's where they use satellites to project a signal, I guess, and they read it from another satellite. And in theory, you can find out what's up underneath something. They have said that there are these giant cylindrical tubes up underneath the pyramids that go down like close to half a mile and end up in these big buildings that are as big as a football field. up underneath the pyramids. And most people, and if you have a brain, you're like, wait a second, how long have we been studying the pyramids? Like 100 years plus, and nobody has.
Well, have we had the technology? I mean, that's the thing. We won't know what's real unless they excavate below the pyramids, which
And are they going to excavate?
No, they're not going
doubt
to.
It. I doubt they're going to be excavating anytime soon. The problem with all this is that you've got, from what I understand, from what I've been able to glean from my cursory studies of Egypt and the pyramids, because I've never been there, so I've never seen them in person. They look amazingly huge. And what I've been able to learn is that the people who are in charge of Egypt's history, the antiquities, what's the guy's name? Huzzah is all I can come with right now. But the guy who's in charge, he does not want to have anything new, let's say, released out into the wild, because they're very protective of the narrative that the Egyptians built the pyramids all those thousands of years ago with their bare hands, with no help from anybody. Do we know that the Egyptians built the pyramids? No, not really.
And that's even come into question over the last decade.
Yeah.
You know,
because
maybe they were here longer before
pyramids.
that.
Yeah, there are pyramids all over the world. Egypt does not have the market cornered on pyramids. And generally, these pyramids that you find in other parts of the world, in South America, in Africa, and Asia, they are built over some traditionally revered land or landmark, a temple or something like that. They're built over an area which is considered sacred in most cultures. And so we don't know if the pyramids were actually built over the top of something else that was there prior to their existence, like a temple or a doorway or a cave system or whatever it was, or if they were built there. Hey, it looks like a great place for a pyramid. Let's build a couple right here. We don't even know what the hell they were for.
Yeah.
And we were all told in school that they were built as tombs for pharaohs, except they've never found a pharaoh in a pyramid. And what they did discover after years and years of excavation and archaeology is that the pharaohs were buried in a place called the Valley of the Kings. And again, if you are remotely familiar with Egypt, you'll know that this Valley of the Kings is where they're basically underground tombs. That's where they found King Tut and all of his riches. And that was considered not a conspiracy theory, but it was considered kind of out there that there would be any place called the Valley of the Kings prior to the Valley of the Kings being discovered and, broadcast to the rest of the world. So there have been controversies surrounding the pyramids and Egypt and every other, weird aspect of this whole story going back decades. So the fact that we are now going, there's no way that there could be giant structures up underneath the pyramids until they prove that there are giant structures up underneath the pyramids, which could absolutely happen. If you look back in history, there are all sorts of crazy, I guess you call them conspiracy theories.
Well, and this may be it. Dr. Mojo Martian says there is no pyramid story. SAR can't penetrate anywhere near the depth claimed for these supposed structures.
I didn't realize that Dr. Mojo Martian was an expert on SAR, but okay. I'm certainly not an expert on SAR, so I don't know if it can penetrate that deep or not. Beats the hell out of me. I've never even seen, what do you call it? Some synthetic aperture radar.
Yeah.
Never even seen one. I don't know if it's as big as a desk.
Never seen one.
Now, I ain't never seen one, so I don't know how much it can do and how much it can't do. Maybe it can go up underneath. Beats the hell out of me. But you go back, you look at some of the other, the Dead Baby Project. Sounds wacky-do, doesn't it? It was called Project Sunshine. Back after World War II, after Hiroshima and Nagasaki, the government commenced a major study to measure the effects of nuclear fallout on the human body. The conspiracy was that the government was stealing dead bodies to do radioactive testing. That's crazy. The government would never do that. In fact, the truth was they weren't stealing bodies. They were stealing parts of dead bodies, not the whole body, because they needed young tissue. They recruited a worldwide network of agents to find recently deceased babies and children, and then take samples and even limbs, each collected without notification or permission of the more than 1,500 grieving families. So it's not like we've ever seen any of these conspiracies come true. Remember the Prohibition, what they did during Prohibition?
What?
Remember what they did during Prohibition?
No.
Poisoned alcohol. They were like, well, you know what we'll do? We'll poison the alcohol, and that way people will know that we're serious about people not drinking. And between 1926 and 1933, the federal government pushed manufacturers to use stronger poison to discourage bootleggers from turning the alcohol into moonshine.
Wow.
More than 10,000 Americans were killed by tainted booze, thanks to the U.S. government. So you think that the government loves you and wants you to be happy? No, not necessarily, and especially if they think that they have a bigger purpose in mind. So I saw a guy's video last night on the pyramids and what we've may or may not have learned so far, and I thought he put it quite well. I've seen his stuff before, and we'll take a look at it here in just a second. First, though, it is time for our very own conspiracy theorist, Phil Bell, and his morning update.
This is Phil Bell on the Daily MoJo with your morning update. Happy Liberation Day. Today is the day when President Trump is going to announce a comprehensive package of tariffs. And these tariffs have a variety of uses. First of all, they're going to penalize a lot of the countries who have been blocking our access to their markets while they send all of their stuff right here to the United States. The tariffs are also supposed to stimulate more American manufacturing, which has declined in the past few decades. And oh, by the way, they are also designed to reduce our dependence on the absolute criminal income tax. Now, what I think is so interesting right now is that a lot of ideas like tariffs, which would previously have been disregarded, are now getting an airing at every level of government. But I want patriots like you and I to not miss out on this wonderful opportunity. You see, as citizens, we have an obligation to share our thoughts and our ideas with our elected officials, whether they want to listen to us or not. That is their job because they chose to seek office, is to listen to us. So if you've been sitting around watching TV and you said, hey, this thing should be changed a certain way, but you're only talking about it with your friends, your spouse, or otherwise, share it with your elected officials. Even if you haven't come up with the way to accomplish everything, share that idea, because even a colonel can help change things in a positive way. For example, I hate the income tax. I think anybody who imposes it or collects it should be put under the prison, and that any taxation should only be limited to excise taxes, tariffs, and maybe a sales tax. And that's something that I will be sharing with my elected officials from the president on down. So what I want you to do is leave a comment under today's show. Share with us your ideas, ways that you think the country should be changed. Share with us your ideas to change these things, because we here at the Daily MoJo have a great platform to take your ideas and make sure that policymakers see them. So let us know right here in the comments right now. Then what I want you to do is download the Daily MoJo smartphone app and enable notifications. That way you'll be up to date on the latest craziness and good stuff coming out of Washington, D.C., and you'll know how to share it with others. We'll see you down the line, and thanks for choosing the Daily MoJo.
Phil Bell's Morning Update is only on the Daily MoJo.com. Radio.
Ooh, yeah!
With
It's Brad, the man with the plan.
an attitude.
Wednesday's here
Daily Mojo.
Roger Rabbit in the Rumble chat room says it would make sense that there could be pillars as part of the foundation. If we built a skyscraper in the middle of the desert today, we would build huge pylons and bury them to provide a stable base. Referring back
That's
to
true. Yeah.
the pyramids.
Especially out in the desert. Yeah.
Missy13 says, we don't want to believe anymore. Or excuse me, we don't know what to believe. And some of us just don't want to believe. Dark Magneto, ground penetrating sonar. Space Hippie on vacay. The images haven't even been peer reviewed, have the data reviewed, and then release it to the public. And yeah, I don't disagree. Odds, I do not disagree at all. Oh, and somebody else had a great suggestion, was to 3D print Phil's microphone. Or maybe just because we couldn't 3D print the whole thing. That would be huge.
Yeah.
I mean, it would take, I don't know that it would fit in this room. It's so huge. But what? It's big. But for instance, I mean, could do this. I printed this out yesterday.
That's nice, dude.
And thank you.
Yeah.
You like the way it twists?
Yeah.
I do too. Smooth. Really smooth when you rub up the side of it like that. It's really smooth. It's a vase. Nice vase, isn't it?
Yeah.
Except there's no hole in it, so it's like I don't know how the hell it's a vase. There's no hole in
you could have
either
put
end.
some negative channel in there, and
Yeah, but I didn't know that there was no. What'd you just say? You could put some negative channel in there. How about you just say you could have put a hole in there?
you could have put a hole in
You
there.
could have put some.
Yeah.
You could put some negative channel in. What the hell's a negative channel? It's a hole.
You put the
Just say
cylinder
hole.
in there and then call it negative space, and it doesn't engrave. It doesn't print it. Yeah.
I didn't know. I was thinking that. And number two, when I started printing this, and
That's less a vase and more a base.
You're right, which is what I used it for. I
put your candle on it. Brad's last nerve.
Brad's last nerve, and it's on fire. But I thought, well, I guess I could drill a hole down in through there if I
get you a big forcer.
Shatter.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't have to force her. I mean, I could do
forcener.
it nicely.
Forcener.
I don't need a forcer. I could just drill the hole into it. Can you put your ankles back behind your ears, Ron?
Sure.
Okay.
If I had said no,
that's okay. I can force them back. there
okay,
anyway.
gotcha. Yeah.
Good I did there. It was Roger Rabbit. Brad, you need to 3D print my Phil's mic, little MAGA hat.
Hat, yeah.
I didn't see the part about the MAGA hat. I just thought see 3D Phil's mic. I'm like, yeah, that's a good. But I could do the MAGA hat as well. And don't forget, we are sending out the goodies for our subscriber boxes. They're going out this week.
Yeah, I got to go to Brad's room today and pick all that up.
I would block out maybe an hour or two
while I'm down there.
Yeah, I mean, you haven't been down here for a while. I got it.
It's been a few days.
My records?
Yeah.
You want to see my records?
Yeah.
I'll show you my record collection.
Okay.
We can go through it if you want to. But and back to what Audrey was saying, peer review the stuff and then release it to the public. But by the same token, anymore, I don't know who to trust. I mean, when they say they're going to peer review stuff, I guess I
look all of the COVID stuff made me stupid on peer reviews because you had peers reviewing stuff and calling other peers idiots, and I didn't like that at all.
Right. So again, it's tough to know what to believe and what not to believe. I didn't have a way to check this in Q to find out if I was at the right spot. So this is a guy named his channel is called What Lurks Beneath, and he does it's basically a 23-minute video on whether or not there's anything to this whole city beneath the pyramids, and he's right. And we had other people say when this information came out that, the city underneath the pyramids is based on information or is based on studies from back in November of 23. So a year and almost a half ago. It's just now coming to light because we've had some other things on our plate that have been probably more pressing than what's underneath the pyramids. But let me see if I dove into this in the right place.
Tunnels in the Mosul Dam, located in Iraq.
Oh, yeah. All right. So yeah, he's right in the middle of this. Let me kind of back up just a little bit. He brings it's a good point that he makes about all of this stuff in that part of the world.
When Howard Carter insisted there might be undiscovered tombs in the Valley of the Kings, many Egyptologists laughed at him until he found Tutankhamun's tomb. But what if the Khafre project team is onto something real, despite how extraordinary their claims sound? So, case closed, right? Just another sensational archaeological claim that doesn't hold up to scrutiny. Well, not quite. The research team pushed back hard against their critics, and they pointed out that they had already successfully tested their technology on known structures like the Gran Sasso Laboratory, which is this massive underground physics lab in Italy buried 1,400 meters deep. They'd also used it to reveal internal tunnels in the Mosul Dam.
Okay, I'm going to pause it right there because now again he's kind of quoting what this team said about the aperture. What the hell's what's the
synthetic?
Synthetic. Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't know why that does not want to stick in my head because the word side is taking its place. Synthetic aperture radar. Anyway, he's saying that team has said, look, we've tested this on other stuff that's deep in the ground. So everybody who's saying it doesn't work on stuff that's deep in the ground can kiss a good man's ass. I mean, that's them saying it, not me. Because I don't know. I don't know if it works or not. Again, I've never seen a synthetic aperture radar. Is it bigger than like a pen?
Probably.
Is it bigger than like a remote control?
I don't know. Now you're getting to where I don't.
So it's somewhere between a pen and a remote control. This synthetic
But did you say it's mounted in a satellite somewhere?
I think it is, yeah. I think it's based on satellite stuff. So it's big. You know what I'm saying? I think you do. So anyway, they pushed back and said, look, we've tested this. We've seen that it works in other places. So
located in Iraq, and to map the San Gotardo Tunnel inside a mountain in Switzerland. So they weren't just making up this technology. It had worked in other contexts. They also challenged previous studies that had found nothing unusual inside the Khafre pyramid. For instance, a 1968 study had placed their cameras at the wrong angle. They put the camera in exactly the wrong position, the 35-degree viewing angle that missed all the structures. But arguably the most compelling were the multiple verification methods they claimed to have used. Since they had two satellites observing from different angles, they could compare the results. If something appears in one of the satellite scans but not the others, they know it is a false signal or an artifact. And they analyzed these structures from multiple angles, north, south, east, west, and additional perspectives, and said that these structures showed up consistently each time. And here's what makes this so hard to dismiss entirely. Malanga and Biondi are very respected in their fields.
Those are two of the researchers involved in this Project Khafre, and I think it's called Project Unity.
They did publish their initial peer-reviewed paper that established they could see inside the pyramids, and there are elements of their story that line up with what we already know about the Giza complex. For example, Professor Conyers, who despite his skepticism about the vast city claim, did acknowledge that it is conceivable that there are small structures, such as shafts and chambers beneath the pyramids, that have existed before they were built, because the site was special to ancient people. He noted that the Mayans and other peoples in ancient Mesoamerica often built pyramids on top of entrances to caves or caverns that had ceremonial significance. And there's also the fact that similar underground complexes do exist elsewhere in the world. Like the team pointed out the underground cities
Turkey.
of Derinkuyu.
Right.
Yeah, wow.
Derinkuyu is one of the weirdest places I'd love to go
and
there.
that was found by accident, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. A guy, reportedly, a dude remodeling his house and, bust through something in his basement and is like, whoa, there's a tunnel here. And it just kept going and going and going. And Darren Kuyu has room in it for tens of thousands of people.
20,000 people, yeah.
It's crazy how big it is. And why the hell would you need to live underground? The people say, well, it's because they needed to hide from their enemies. Of course, somebody blew the hole in that theory. It's like, well, if your enemies, you dig this big underground tunnel system, you have to put the dirt somewhere, and then your enemies come along. All they got to do is find the entrance to your little underground hideout and smoke you out. So, who knows? Who knows why the hell they were living underground? Don't know. No idea.
Holocaust.
Right. They could have their enemy developed the A-bomb. We don't know. We just don't know. And again, what lurks beneath, I like his YouTube channel. He's got he's got 900,000 subscribers. And generally people are resistant to change.
Especially if their name is Brad Staggs.
Wow.
Am I
Tough
wrong?
room.
Am I wrong?
I don't mind change.
You fibber. What?
What? I don't. Some change is good.
Some change is good. I keep trying to tell you that.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
When have you tried to tell me change is good?
Every time we want to change something.
Like what?
Anything.
Wait a minute. Hold on. That's ass backwards.
Let's ask Beth.
All right, let's ask her. I just heard somebody screaming in the other room. I don't know what that was. All I'm saying is that change is not a bad thing.
I'm going to repeat those words to you in the very near future.
Okay. I'm trying to figure out what it was I ever said that you make you think that I don't like
worked
change.
Together for 5-6 years now. Almost everything.
You mean like when I wanted it changed, you're like, I don't know, God, oh.
Nope.
If one of us doesn't like change.
No, but I get the feeling we're about to change where we're posting our videos because damn it. It's been 3 or 4 days now, you and I going back and forth about this one particular place. They are pissing you off. I get it. But
yes, it is pissing me off.
Change is a good thing. It can be a good thing. Let's just say that. It can be a good thing. It's not always a good thing. And maybe that's the hesitancy.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's always a hesitancy in that.
Yeah.
Now, let me show you something that I found. Well, I didn't find it. It was somebody else found it. And you tell me what you think it is. All right. You ready?
All right, let's go. Here we go. All right.
Put in some coordinates into Google Earth.
Noah's Ark.
No.
Okay.
It's not Noah's Ark.
Here we go.
This is interesting, huh?
Wow. Okay.
I don't know where there we go. I don't know if you can tell what that is or not. Boy, Google Earth.
Can you zoom in?
Resources.
You can zoom in a little bit, right?
Well, we're pretty close there as it is.
I'm assuming you're talking about that. Yeah, that structure right there. That looks like a spaceship, dude.
Does look like a spaceship. Do you know where this is? This is 25 miles south of the pyramids. It is in the middle of literally BFE.
Well, those are doors on the top left of that center section, or access points, it looks like.
I'm going to zoom out. This is causing people on the interwebs to lose their collective minds. Let's see if I can zoom out any.
That looks like a concrete structure of some sort.
Yep, it does. And people are going, wait a second, that looks like a place where they would launch spaceships.
Missiles or spaceships, yeah.
at this rate of zooming out, we're going to be here until next Thursday. I don't know if I can make it zoom out any farther or not.
Interesting. Like a missile silo kind of thing?
It does look like a missile silo.
Because
kind of
honestly,
thing.
if you look at NASA's launch complexes, they have those openings on the side there for all of the exhaust to come out, right? Interesting.
I'm trying to zoom out. It's not. It's zooming. It's taking its own damn sweet time.
You need a faster computer.
Funny because on. Oh no, you did. This is actually one of the slower ones. As we get a little farther out here into space.
Oh, but it is near.
I told you, it's literally in BFE. Because the pyramids are just to the north of this when it does finally zoom out all the way. You'll see in this little triangular shaped triangle of sand. There's the pyramids right there.
Is this near Cairo?
Well, yes, there's the pyramids right there.
Okay.
Cairo is right out the door.
Yeah, most people, I've heard it said, most people don't realize that the pyramids are sitting right next to a mass population. It's just you never look at it, you never see it from that angle.
Right.
Yeah.
So people don't know what in the hell this thing is. It's a complex 20 miles south of the pyramids. They say it could be Stargate. I mean, I'm not saying it's not Stargate.
Yeah.
Right? Although it does probably, I mean, does Egypt have missiles? Do they have like ground-to-air missiles? I mean, when you think of Egypt, do you think of like advanced technology?
Yeah, I do.
You do?
Yeah.
I don't necessarily. I mean, they live in sand. I mean, they've got the pyramids. They still, I don't know, it seems kind of, no offense, seems kind of third worldy in Egypt to me. I don't generally think of flying cars and, super duper computers. Now, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I just have the wrong impression of Egypt. But, when you've got the pyramids in your backyard, you don't necessarily need super duper computers because you've got the freaking pyramids, which again is why they're very protective of the pyramids. And it does seem, I don't know, strange that there are, this, whatever this structure is. And how are we just now? How in all of the years that we've been looking at stuff, are we just now finding out about this really cool site in the middle of BFE?
Yeah.
My point being that there's all kinds of stuff out there we don't know that is there. There could be giant structures up underneath the pyramids. It could be the giant spiral thingy-doos with the tubey thingies and the big building stuff and such up underneath this is all technical. I don't expect you to follow along as a simpleton, but with all that cool stuff and such up underneath the pyramids, how would we know if it's there or not? We wouldn't. We have no idea. The fact that they are, and it's not like the people who have come out with the information or this revelation or the theory that there is some, stuff holding up the pyramids. It's not like they just popped out of nowhere. They've been doing research for many years, and they have something of a reputation. They're not like wackadoodles.
Yeah.
Why would you put your reputation on the line like that? I don't know. Fake Zoe says, responding to Cougs, when I said, is Egypt advanced? And Coug says, yeah, like Israel, ain't it? Is that you?
Yeah, that's me. There.
I was trying
to find that location again.
It's right in there. You're right over it right now. Just zoom in right where you are. Go up just a smidge. Or down just a smidge. Or over just a smidge. Just look for the stuff in the sand. You'll see it.
Yeah, I am. But there's like a runway there. Look at that. Whatever.
Yeah, I know. It's pretty weird. Definitely not as advanced as Israel, but it's there, says Fake So. And thank you, Deb Treadway. Very scientific tubey thingies. Yes. again, being a simpleton, I don't expect you to keep up with this sort of thing. But, Pope Freebie the 38 says, I hear there are a lot of sand people that live in Egypt. Yes, a lot of sand people. So all I'm saying is that it's not that weird a concept that there might be some sort of a structure up underneath the pyramid. And to me, it's not even that science fiction-y. To me. But what do I know? What the hell do I know? I'm just a guy. And let's not forget we've got our own, conspiracy thingy stuff going on here in this country. That I think Beaver sent the link to me that I'll play for you in just a second. That 24 years after it all happened, we're like, maybe something wasn't exactly the way they presented it to us. Maybe there was a little something that wasn't quite the same. We'll get into that next here on the Daily Mojo.
You're listening to the Lunatic Fringe of American Radio, the Daily Mojo.
I got an email that I did in fact check from Tony. Tony said, the Idaho teacher, after 2 days, have you given thought to the idea that she's welcoming illegal aliens and that's what's implied and not welcomed?
That's what I was looking for this morning. I forgot it was an email. I thought it was a message on YouTube, but yes.
That email, you mean?
Yeah. But so basically,
and before you get into that, you can send us an email, Brad at thedailymojo.com, Ron at wherever the hell his email is,
thedailymojo.com,
and you can also just download the Daily Mojo app.
You could
either at the App Store or download it at thedailymojo.com and send us a note on the app itself. That's very simple to do as well. Freebie 38 sent a message on the app, said, the everyone is in rainbow letters and she has a facial piercing, therefore she's a raging liberal, referring to the teacher in Idaho, whose name we have now, and I forgot what the hell it is, but the big brouhaha up there in Idaho, because she put out the signs in her classroom that said everyone is welcome here. And values, I can't remember what she said the values were, but I was like, okay, I've got no problem with those values. The problem is, if let's just say that she is a wackadoo lefty. What she said on the sign, everyone is welcome here, there's nothing wrong with that. There's not, and when we start going after people, if in fact it was people on the right or conservatives or whatever, when we start going after signs that say everyone is welcome here, that is not a good look. I mean, you can say, oh, it's the innuendo, it's the dirty joke. Sarah Enema. Sarah Enema. But the point being, it's not a good look. When you start going after signs that say everyone is welcome here, it can be misconstrued. Just like anything else. I mean, you're accusing her of the same thing that they would be accusing us of by going after the sign that says everyone is welcome here, in my humble opinion. Because either everyone is welcome or everyone's not. I mean, we all know that they play the word game, but I still have not been able to figure out exactly. And we're assuming, which is, again, never assume, is what happens when you assume.
It makes an ass out of you and me.
Right. When we may not want asses made of us. Rosie does a good job of it.
All by her damn self. Yes.
Themself.
Hi, I'm Rosie, Texas English teacher and transgender goddess, here with just a couple of...
I'm sorry. I hit the wrong button. I'm sorry.
One job.
Yep.
Hi, I'm Rosie, Texas English teacher and transgender goddess, here with just a couple of thoughts about some gender euphoria that I've been feeling today. So for those of you that don't know, gender euphoria is the feeling you get when you finally feel comfortable in your gender, when something good happens and it just brings you a lot of joy and calm. And it's been happening to me a lot today. This morning when I stopped at the gas
both of those could be
station for
true.
my morning energy drink, I got ma'amed, which is so funny because I know that there are a lot of women who really don't like being called ma'am, but I like it a lot. It's so new to me and it's so wonderful. And it was such a small thing to make me this happy.
Again.
Wow.
You know what? If you get off on that and you're in a bar somewhere and someone calls you ma'am, good on you. Have at it, sister guy. But you are teaching chillins. You're teaching the kids. And her little soliloquy gets a little weirder.
And then at school today, I'm surrounded by kids. I teach sophomores, and I have these 15, 16-year-olds who are completely on board, who, when I told them I had changed my pronouns, jumped right into it. They call me ma'am. They call me miss. They use my correct pronouns and know my correct name, and it is incredibly affirming. So I guess my message here is if you have any trans people in your life, it is so easy to show them love. So easy. All you have to do is respect them. Something as simple as calling a trans woman ma'am could be the thing that completely changes her entire day.
Great. Let's not do this in the schools. Keep the kids out of it. How about that? I don't know. That's where I have the real issue. Strangely, that person right there comes across as a woman. Even the voice.
Strangely, yes.
Strangely. Which, again, one never knows these days. We could be getting punked. That could be a woman saying they're a trans woman. Who knows? This all went south. They start with the kids, and that's where everything gets. You do you, boo, but leave the kids out of it. That's the long and the short of it. That's the simple explanation. But again, with the Idaho teacher, Sarah Enema, whatever, that something is not, something don't smell. That's probably not a good way to put it either. Something ain't right in that universe is all I can tell you. Michaela's mom, make asylums great again. Right. Wade Robertson, 44, satanic pedophile without question. Bugs mom, as an adult, you need teenagers to affirm who you are. Right, exactly. Not a chance in hell my kid would be within a mile of that creek. It's the ahoy, you scallywags, the other Steve says. Arr. Life is strange, is it not? Is it? It's just really odd. The other thing that they found. Oh, this was the complex over on over near the pyramids. And the comments that were made about that whole thing, by the way, looks like what our fighter jet bunkers or missile launchers. That's why I was asking if Egypt was advanced in that sense. Do they make their own jets in Egypt, or do we make their jets and send them? I don't know the answer to that question.
That's a good question.
Either.
I think we send them.
They don't have jet factories?
No,
in Egypt?
And I'm basing that off of a post we got from Wisconsin Jack Hole. We went to Grok and did a search, and it says, in short, Egypt is technically competent in infrastructure and basic digital services with ambitions to modernize, but it's not a leader in advanced technologies. It's more of a regional player adapting existing tech than a pioneer creating it. And that's what I'm saying. They probably get their aircraft from other countries.
They have the Helwan Aircraft Factory. It's a key part of the Arab Organization for Industrialization, the AOI, if you were curious. It focuses on manufacturing and assembling both military training aircraft and potentially future combat aircraft. And it was established in 1950. So there's that. Just saying. Then there was, this is a weird, this whole story was very strange. Let's see if I can get you the picture.
It does.
No, you quiet now. Hot chick, right?
Yeah.
Creep. She's like
that doesn't make her not hot. Is it the term hot?
Send your criticisms to Ron at thedailymojo.com.
Nice looking. How's that? Very
she's a
attractive.
very attractive young lady.
Okay.
You kidding? She's smoking hot. Yeah, she is smoking hot. And
used to be a dude.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I mean, I guess it's possible because anything is possible now.
I figured that's
I don't
where you
think
were
so.
going.
Nope. This was a story I just happened across in People. She is suing the hell out of the or is going to, suing the Pat McAfee show and ESPN. And that's what I said, too. I was like, whoa, why is she? And if you read the People article about her, let's see, did I bring that over here? Is this, no, there's another picture. I mean, just, right? I mean, she's a very attractive young woman.
Yep.
By attractive, I mean smoking hot. This is the headline at People magazine from yesterday. College student who became subject of viral rumors speaks out about ordeal, threatens legal action. She says, I'm so anxious about what's going to happen in the rest of my life.
All right, let's get to the article. What is the
Mary
rumor?
Kate Cornett. I read the whole thing, and I'm like, what the hell are they talking about? University of Mississippi college student Mary Kate Cornett, 18. So she's legal. She's hot.
Okay.
Continuing to detail her experience, says she's threatening to take legal action after a viral rumor falsely accused her of inappropriate behavior earlier this year. Inappropriate behavior. She and her family have been previously denied speculation about the viral rumor that gained traction in February, calling it categorically false. The story goes on for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 more paragraphs.
And you don't know what the rumor is.
And you don't know. So what do you do?
What? And you do your research.
What do you do when you, what? Thank you.
And you researched it and found out the rumor is?
I know why people did what they did, because they're like, hell no, I don't want to be in that lawsuit. I don't want to be anywhere near that lawsuit. Now, Ron, what I'm going to do.
Okay.
What I'm going to do, because do you want to be anywhere near that lawsuit?
I don't know what the rumor is, but I don't want to be near any lawsuit, quite honestly.
There you go.
Yeah.
You just check your little texty do.
Okay.
Thingy there. The story continues. Following the harassment, she says she's being harassed. She's like, I'd like people to be held accountable for what they've done. The Ole Miss freshman said in a new interview with The Athletic, published on Tuesday. That would be yesterday, April 1st. Not an April Fool's joke, from what I could tell. You're ruining my life by talking about it on your show for nothing but attention. But here I am staying up until 5 a.m. every night, throwing up, not eating, because I'm so anxious about what's going to happen the rest of my life. According to the outlet, the agony caused Cornett to remove her name outside her dorm room, temporarily relocate to emergency housing, switch to online classes, and continue to spend most of her time in her room.
Oh, I see now. I see what the rumor is. Yeah.
Right? You see what the rumor is?
Yeah.
I mean, she had to speak out. She had to speak out about the viral rumors, which you didn't know anything about until you read that.
I did, yeah. No, and it was in a Reddit thread of all places. Yeah.
You had to go research but by you researching, I mean, I had to research for you.
That's why you don't want to say it on the air. I get it.
What the hell she did, which was so horrendously horrendous. I mean, Do you think what they've accused her of doing, or what it is suggested that she allegedly did, is like that horrible?
No, it's not. I mean, ultimately, shit like that probably happens more than we know.
I would think so.
Yeah.
I mean, they denied the speculation.
Did you give her name so people could do their own research?
I did. It's right there in the story.
Well,
she says, I'm so anxious about what's going to happen the rest of my life, said Mary Kate Cornett.
Okay, I see it there.
Who
Mary
is,
Kate
again,
Cornett.
Smoking hot.
Which would probably lead to what happened.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. I mean, you look at the smoking hot and you're like, whoa. Right?
The text messages are coming in now. What did she do?
What are they? Right? I mean, look at that.
Yeah.
The rumor has even allegedly had a terrifying effect on her loved ones. Her mother's home was reportedly the scene of a swatting hoax. Horrible, if that is in fact the truth. Unacceptable. That involved the Houston police, and other members of Cornett's life have also been subject to alleged threats, including her boyfriend Solace and her grandfather, who, by the way, was not part of the alleged rumor. She does say she's planning to take legal action against ESPN and popular talk show host Pat McAfee for allegedly further spreading the rumors. Just, I want it known that the Daily MoJo is not in any way.
Yeah, we haven't talked about what it was at all.
I don't want to spread their rumor. Don't want to do it. But she's smoking hot. Even in the Pat McAfee show, during the 2-minute segment, McAfee didn't name Cornett and emphasized the word allegedly in talking about the unverified online claim. So he never even mentioned her name. Additionally, The Athletic reported that 2 Barstool Sports personalities referenced the rumor on their social media accounts. We have not referenced that on any of our social media accounts. ESPN denied to comment. I think they mean, no one proofs their own stories anymore at any of these places. What they mean is ESPN declined to comment to people on Tuesday, April the 1st. Despite the anguish, Cornett's family is hoping to turn what happened to her into a positive outcome for other victims. Victims of what? A rumor? Her father has launched a GoFundMe fundraiser. Holy shnikes.
How much does she have?
$30,710.
Wow.
Let's see. Now, again, don't know.
There was nothing illegal about what she did, folks.
Nope.
Nothing illegal. She's 18.
Nope. Yep. Not a
now,
thing
allegedly did. Sorry.
Allegedly.
Yes.
Allegedly. Well, you can't just run around looking like that and that's her boyfriend. I mean, is she cute or what? Cute like a button?
She's cute, yeah.
Cute like a bunny rabbit. Partially and wholly edited screenshots, fake AI-generated videos, and manipulated photographs have been promoted by irresponsible social media participants.
Who did she piss off? That's what I want to know.
Right? Is she a debutante?
Don't know.
Isn't that a state of mind more than anything else?
Yeah.
The Greeks don't want no freaks.
The Greeks
or do they?
Don't want no freaks.
Mm-mm. Put a great big smile on them rosy cheeks. Because the Greeks don't want no freaks. I don't know if she carries one or not, but she should for personal protection. She should have one of these Byrna launchers that she got at protectmymojo.com.
Yes, she should.
As part of the Pantell Less Lethal Protection, being an official dealer of Byrna Technologies. Oh, look at you. You can put... I thought you couldn't put stuff up on the screen from your side.
No, I can. I can't put messages and emails up. I don't have it. But I can go to.
Why does it feel like your story is changing on a daily basis? Why do I have this
if you
sneaky
text me
feeling?
something, that's not on that machine for me to be able to show it.
I never thought it was. I just did. So anything you can put on that machine, you can put up on the screen.
Yes, if I can put it on that machine, I can put it on the screen. Just to help a brother out, right?
That's
what I'm doing.
Wow, that's not what it said in the lawsuit, is it? No, I don't think it is. But let me just say, having one of these did make the Beth E. Knott the other day when she had to be down at the place of business.
Yeah.
After hours, made her feel a lot safer. And I have video, which is hang on a second. I'll see if I can find this for you because I've got video of her loading the launcher, which I'm not going to play the audio. I'm going to play the video portion of it because, usually when you do videos of products, you're like, I want to get it perfect. I don't want to show anything that, would, and it's not that it's showing it in a negative light, but when you go to, like yesterday when I popped out the magazine and, one of the balls went flying, several of them went flying.
Damn near got
round balls.
Caught under the wheels of your chair. That would have been dangerous.
Would have made, not so much dangerous. It would have just made for some exciting radio programming. Because I would have run out of here crying.
Now, those rounds right there are the kinetic training rounds, it looks like.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
Those are just plastic balls. But there are, you'll see in a second, some of the pepper spray and balls. No, those are the
pepper spray? Okay.
Those are the pepper spray balls. Because you put two of those in there first.
Oh, I see.
And watch this one. See that one pop out?
Yep.
I almost didn't see it because it was so. Well, I'm going to show it really slow because I think, is it this one? Because it's not, you don't always get it perfect. But she did get it. Right? You didn't even see the one that popped out from behind.
Mm-mm.
And if you did, if I had played the audio for it, you would have heard me go, geez. Can't you do anything right? Where's dinner? But no, she did a fantastic job, and then all she had to do here was pop the magazine into the Byrna Launcher. It's so simple. A woman can do it.
There you go.
That's how simple it is. If your woman can make dinner,
yeah.
If she can use a vacuum cleaner, she can load a Byrna launcher. We made sure of that. And right now, if you go to protectmymojo.com, and use the promo code Daily MoJo, you will save money. You'll save 10% off your Byrna launcher, and on the accessories too, because you'll need to get some some of the pellet. Let me show you what else you can get, because in addition to it coming in a very nice, turn this right side up. Or I had it right side up the first time. In addition to a very nice, Brad, you have to be smarter than the case. There we go. It's a pull and a push, and I'm doing it. I'm doing it different. So it comes in a very nice case that you get right there, and it operates on little CO2 cartridges. That's how the whole thing works right here. These little shiny things, they go inside. You saw her loading that earlier on the videotape. I think we played it yesterday.
Now that's a 12-ounce cartridge. Yep, that's a 12-ounce CO2 cartridge. The SD uses an 8-ounce. Yep.
Yeah. So they and there are instructions. Don't worry. Ross will explain everything to you. All you have to do is call him. You can find these eco-kinetic rounds
Well, it comes
that are
with
the
those
little
three.
balls.
What are the three tubes of rounds that it comes with, Brad? You've got
training, eco-kinetic, and the other one is I think it's the.
Those are the kinetic rounds. When you say eco-kinetic,
right,
you're talking about the pressed powder rounds, and then the
So I'm
kinetic
not sure
rounds
exactly which
are
three it does
solid.
come with.
Yeah.
All right. You know what? This is all the information you can find when you go to protectmymojo.com.
Yep. Yep.
Don't tell them everything. If you tell them everything, there's no reason for them to go to the website. That's what they teach you in TV advertising school. You don't tell everybody everything. You leave some secrets to be discovered because people want to discover secrets.
Look, for a few $100, peace of mind, and this is if you don't want to carry a firearm, this is good peace of mind. I mean, it really is, because these things will hurt.
They will leave a mark. I guarantee it.
And until we figure out whether Brad's going to take the shot with the pepper gas or somebody else is, because it's not going to be me.
I'm thinking today it might be you.
It's not going to be me.
Are you sure? Because I think the best way to really demonstrate it is to let it happen to you when you're least expecting it.
Well, that's great.
All right. So
don't be looking over my shoulder when we meet today.
I would not. No, I wouldn't bother if I were you. No. All I'm saying is Mary Kate Cornett would be a fabulous candidate to be carrying one of these with her because she's getting some harassment and it's not nice. And people need to stop harassing this smoking hot girl. Because what she did was not illegal. Excuse me. What she's alleged to have done.
Correct.
Not illegal. You can find out more about the Byrna Launcher. Again, Pantell Less Lethal Protection is an official dealer of Byrna Technologies, and you can find out more today by going to protectmymojo.com. Protectmymojo.com.
If you're offended, you're listening wrong. The Daily Mojo.
I mean, seriously, how could you?
Okay. Let me read this to you. This will piss you straight off. YouTube just sent me an email. It looks like I'm Your Huckleberry, the Daily Mojo, didn't follow our community guidelines. We removed it from YouTube. We think your content violated our firearms policy.
It's not, though.
Content that shows someone live streaming while holding, handling, or transporting a firearm isn't allowed on YouTube. Guess I'll respond to that.
It's not a firearm. See, that's the beauty of it. That's got to tell you something, though.
Yep.
How trippy is that? That it knows to look at
the AI picked it
the
up.
shape.
Yep.
The AI picked it up. Yep. There are YouTube videos all over of the Byrna Launcher on YouTube. So they need to. But again, it shows you how smart AI is, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
AI is pretty damn smart, except when it's not. Sadly, we do. Yeah, actually, before I do that, I would. They've got an issue with AI.
They can play YouTube videos can play all day long of cops shooting suspects, but we put a non-firearm on our show, and this is what we get.
Right. Yeah, they don't have a choice but to take it back. Right?
Bunch of assholes.
Oh, no, that's it's just doing. Don't have to get all upset. It's just doing what it does. That's all. It's doing what it does. I found a channel yesterday that caught my attention, and it was during some of the research I was doing. So you don't want to call them a-holes because we want them to do what we want them to do. So they're very nice people over at YouTube. The channel I found, the title of the video was "Scientists Just Found Something Massive Beneath the Great Pyramid of Giza." And the channel was Sasaki Endi. who has, according to at least his profile here, has at least 482,000 subscribers. He has 1,700 videos. You get only 50 views. And so I started playing the video, and here's what it sounded like.
Going around about something massive being found under the Giza pyramids.
I have, yeah. It's pretty wild, the things people are saying online.
Yeah. And I mean, some of it's probably just, the usual internet hype, but even the more credible sources are hinting at something pretty huge.
If this sounds a little familiar to you, it may be that we introduced this to you not too long ago, and it's something called Google Notebook. And what Google Notebook does is it's a presentation set of software that gives you the ability to feed anything into it, and it will give you kind of a summary, and you can have it spit it out in the form of a podcast summary, and then you just put visuals to it. I wonder if I still have the Daily MoJo version of it. I'm not sure that I do. But Ron gave it just our URL, thedailymojo.com, and it went out and it looked at the Daily MoJo app. Yep, I still do have it. It's right here.
Well, it looked at the Daily MoJo website and pulled all the information that it could find from there to create this, what do they call it, a deep dive? Yeah.
Yeah, a deep dive. I thought I had it. Maybe I don't.
In the form of a podcast.
Right.
Let's see. It's out there. I'll tell you where it's at.
And so here's the...
maybe even big enough to rewrite history.
Right, exactly. And that's kind of what made me want to dig into this. I mean, what if this is the real deal? What if there's actually something down there that changes everything we thought we knew about ancient Egypt?
Yeah. I mean, that's what we do here, right? We take these kind of crazy sounding stories and try to figure out what's actually going on.
All right, so I'm like, wait a second. I know those voices. Those sound exactly like the voices that we had do our, what do you call it, the deep dive into the Daily MoJo and give us a review of the Daily MoJo. And then I thought, well, wait a second. So with this guy and what he's obviously done, his Sasaki Andy YouTube channel, I'll bring up the homepage of his, there it is right there. Sasaki Andy, independent researcher, 482,000 subscribers, 1.7 thousand videos, or 1,700 videos. And then again, you look down at his videos, and each one of them has like 109. The second one up there has 2,200 views. So like, well, that's been up there for 10 days. But the third was 88 views, 39 views, 15 views, 16. How do you have a channel with 482,000 subscribers? I mean, the odds of you having that few views on your videos, but having almost 500,000 subscribers, odds of that happening aren't too fantastic. So I clicked on another one of his videos. Giza's Lost Stones, which was 7 days ago and has only 88 views.
All right, so picture this. Could an ancient pyramid, like maybe the Great Pyramid of Giza, theoretically send a signal across thousands of kilometers of ocean to a beach? It
Same voice.
Pretty wild, right?
It definitely gets your attention. And
it's
that's
the
exactly what we're
same
diving
too.
into today. This
Same too.
I texted you that. It was a WAV file, not a video that we created for our show. I texted it to you.
Right. Yeah, I thought I had it in a...
it's in the Doc Thompson Show folder.
In a folder. I thought I had it on my... but I didn't. So this is the Daily MoJo's deep dive.
Here. You guys wanted to know a little bit more about conservative talk radio in 2025.
Same voice.
And
Daily MoJo.
You sent us a pretty interesting snapshot, a website glimpse into the Daily MoJo.
Daily MoJo.
Interesting choice.
This is...
look, I have to admit...
a show.
It sounds good.
Absolutely sounds great. I think it sounds fabulous. The thing is, once you hear those two voices, and they should, and I don't know if they do, maybe they do, give you an option of different voices.
I think they do, but I think you have to pay for the upgrade. Yeah.
Aha. Well, here's what, with this guy's YouTube channel, and again, I tell you this so that you'll A, think about it when you are looking around on YouTube, and B, realize that even though you might see 18 different videos about something, they might all end up being the same damn thing. So what this guy has done, or girl, or group of people, you can buy YouTube subscribers. There are all kinds of services where you can, purchase a batch of subscribers. They're not necessarily real, but it makes you look like you have a whole lot of followers on YouTube. And Sasaki Andy, who I'm guessing probably isn't even a real person, but they might be, I don't know, did just that, has probably a computer program where they don't even have to write a script. They don't even likely have to come up with a topic. There are programs that will let you, scan the headlines, come up with a topic that is being widely discussed in the news, and then it decides, all right, I'm going to choose this one about the pyramids, and then poof, it will go out and find 400 different sources, and then create a wave file that, like the one you just heard, and then another program will go out there and put images to it. I mean, this whole process could be automated. Why does he do it? Money. The algorithms, if he monetizes this channel, which I'm actually kind of surprised that this one isn't monetized, or maybe they've just not done a good job with this one, but you get enough clicks and enough views on it, and you start to make money. And the chances are pretty good that this Sasaki Andy entity, whoever they are, probably has more than one channel. Probably several. Could be several hundred. Could be a couple thousand. Who knows? But this is what you have to be concerned with when it comes to AI, because you just don't know what's real and what's not there out there anymore. It may be that there are 12 people now on YouTube, and that's it. I mean, there's probably more than 12, but there are so many fewer creators than you think there are, because so many of them can be absolute AI and bots and everything else, artificial intelligence, robots, call it what you will. But it's amazing that that sort of technology exists where you can, with 2 or 3 keystrokes, have your own YouTube channel creating content for you out there and uploading it, and then all you do is sit back and collect the checks. Now, I've seen other people on their channels go through a process just like this to show you how you can do it, and in the name of experimental science, if you will. So they're being upfront about them just creating these entities. This Sasaki Andy, I did a search for them, and what did I come up with? I think the only results that I saw when you search for this person, if we just put them up into the old Google machine and do a search for Sasaki Andy. Oh yeah, so Sasaki Andy comes up as a musical artist. Comes up Sasaki Andy on Instagram as an independent researcher. I don't know, that's not even a real person, is it?
Doesn't look like it. Could be AI.
Let's take, is that Google Lens? No, that's there it is, right there. So we can just grab one of his pictures and put it over here into, it showed us on Instagram. Where's maybe I don't have, yeah, I do have it on. Okay. So that just shows you that he's connected to that particular, if I can do it this way, search anything on this program, anything on this page, drag to search. Let's see what his picture comes up with. Yeah, it all links back to the same Sasaki Andy. Wait, just a little more. And
been here before, same old screen, loading choices I don't get to pick.
this could be is that AI?
Playing in my dreams, no rewind, no skip.
Probably doesn't. This person doesn't exist at all. It's really weird
Quite
to start.
possibly,
and again, this is the official lyric video from Sasaki Andy with 482,000 subscribers, uploaded a month ago with 102 views and 3 likes.
So the guy is putting AI to use
Yes.
and making money.
But
we don't know how much money they're making. Yeah.
I don't think you'd be that would be considered a win on this one, because you're not going to make money with 3 likes and 102 views.
No.
You've got to get into the hundreds of thousands of views before you start making money on anything on YouTube. But that's what you have to watch out for. You don't even know what's real and what isn't anymore. There's nothing out there that, hell, we may not be real. Ron and I may not be real at all. You ever thought about that? I mean, have you ever seen us in person? Have you ever spoken with us? I mean, I could be an AI generated voice. Nothing more, nothing less. I mean, a handsome, very enticing, sexy AI generated voice and image with an incredibly young and handsome looking goatee. Not unlike Tom Cruise's.
Yeah.
I mean, as an AI entity, I can't lie. I'm sexy. Right, that's where you back me up, Ron.
Yeah. Sexy. And you know it.
Sexy. Damn straight. Clap your hands. Sorry, that's a different song, isn't it? We have to make another hole.
Yeah,
and then something else that's incredibly, only took a few years, as I said. I mentioned this before, Beaver Senate. Only took 24 years, but it's starting to become more and more mainstream. And we'll do it next on the Daily MoJo.
You're listening to the Lunatic Fringe of American radio, the Daily MoJo.
James in Louisiana says, I know Brad is real. He's grabbed my butt. Have I? Are you sure? Original Babe says, cheater, pumpkin eater. Ooh, that reminds me. I'm glad you said that, Original Babe. Death. Frozen juice. Frozen juice is being recalled in a dozen states over fears it could paralyze and kill. You're like, what is it, apple juice? Or pumpkin juice used to make wine has been recalled over fears it could contain paralyzing bacteria. Who drinks pumpkin wine? The juice was sold in a dozen states, mainly distributed to professional wineries, but was also sold in the company's retail stores in Forestville, New York. And who doesn't love Forestville, New York? Especially this time of year. The juice contains natural sugars, acids, water, and other compounds that contribute to the wine's flavor and aroma. So it's not pumpkin wine. I've heard of strawberry wine, but never pumpkin wine. Walker's Wine Juice, LLC, based in New York, recalled its pumpkin juice after a routine state inspection found it was not acidic enough to be properly heated and sterilized. So if you've got, any of their pumpkin juice, I guess you could be buying that stuff too.
Just let me give just an update. Not only did they remove that video, they killed our live streaming. So I've already put in the argument, and then I blasted them on X. So thank you, YouTube ass.
That's going to help when we try to get it back by calling them ass.
Well, do better. Come on.
Yeah, you have to be nice.
Really?
First, you try the honey.
I don't know that they're nice to us.
When the honey doesn't work, That's when you stab him in the eyeball with a pencil. Big difference. So this was, I don't even know when this was aired. It was on Great Day. Because this guy is considerably older now, Richard Gates. Richard Gates was the Richard Gage. But you can tell that he is he's on the right side of history. The ADL has targeted him as a conspiracy theorist. So
Anti-Defamation League.
Yes, which to me, they're a bunch of clowns. So here is Richard Gage on the show Great Day. I didn't see much about this, I guess, when it first aired.
Well, I'm an architect of 20 years, member of the American Institute of Architects, and have been studying steel-framed, fireproof buildings for about that long.
We ask that for clarification because as we get into this, we want people to make sure that you're not just somebody with a wacky idea.
Right.
Okay, you come with some science to you. What is the official reason for the collapse of the World Trade Center towers?
Well, we're told that the planes hit the buildings and there was an explosion and a fire, and about an hour and a half later, in the case of the North Tower, the buildings collapsed due to structural weakening due to the fires. Mm-hmm. The problem is that we don't have large gradual deformations associated with collapses, and fires in high-rises have never brought down a steel frame high-rise building at all, ever. And what we have, unfortunately, is the evidence in the Twin Towers and the third skyscraper to collapse that day, which most people don't know anything about it. We have the evidence of the 10 key features of controlled demolition. In the case of Building 7, it collapses straight down into its own footprint at free fall speed in the first 100 feet. It's dropping, as you can see, symmetrically, smoothly, at free fall speed in the first 100 feet, 2.5 seconds. This is uncanny. There's 40,000 tons of structural steel designed to resist this collapse.
So what, a 47-story building?
Yeah, this is called Building 7, right? A football field away from the Twin Towers. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what we're showing is left what happened. In fact, right is a controlled where you are using, or the people who made this happen, used demolition.
Indeed, and this is a direct comparison. And you can see that, indeed, almost free fall speed, free fall acceleration through 40,000 tons of structural steel. That is uncanny. So we have 700 architects and engineers demanding a new investigation as a result of this evidence and the evidence in the World Trade Center that is very explosive. Almost every architect and engineer we show this information to agrees with us that these are controlled demolitions. If we can get them to look at the information, because obviously the implications of a controlled demolition are dark for our country, because that means somebody besides Al-Qaeda was involved, because these have to be easily 3 of the most highly secure buildings outside the Pentagon.
I'm familiar with the architects and engineers for 9/11 Truth. Heard of them before.
Yeah.
I've never seen that clip. I think that was the show Great Day is on.
And was that aired in 21?
Believe.
I mean, in
I don't know
01,
the date
sorry.
it was
01?
aired.
Yeah.
No. It wasn't. It wasn't. I don't know exactly when it was aired because I couldn't find the origin of. And I'm familiar with Richard Gage. He just posted on X, and he posted because what was the. Maybe not for you, but one of the first things I thought of when I saw the buildings in Bangkok go down, one of the first things I thought of was the fact that it looked like the one of the Twin Towers or and Building 7. And Richard Gage just tweeted within the past. When did he put this out there? This was on just yesterday. He says, by now we're all familiar with the catastrophic high-rise collapse in Myanmar following the powerful 7.7 magnitude earthquake. It was it's been almost It's become almost as iconic as the images of the destruction of each of the Twin Towers on 9/11. But if you actually watch their destruction side by side, we learn something very revealing when we do. What do you notice? Anyway, he goes on in the comparison of the two buildings and how they fell very similarly. But he points out some differences as well. It was not laced with explosives, even though the bottom of its columns was violently pulled to one side in less than a second, and then to the other, breaking them, leaving the building above with nowhere to go but down. Did I say down? That's how gravity actually works, except on 9/11. The building falls, but not at free fall. That's because not all of the columns throughout the building were initially broken, mostly just the ones at the bottom, again referring to the one in Myanmar. Much of the rest of them had to be crushed by the weight of the building above, which slowed down the fall rate. But even during that massive crushing event, we don't see columns that are ejected out as seen in the Twin Towers. Did you know that some of the Twin Towers beams were shot out 600 feet away in every direction?
Yeah, no, I didn't know that, but
I had no idea.
One of the museums in Dallas has one of the tall columns from the Twin Towers.
It said that the section of structural steel weighing 4 to 8 tons each were ejected laterally at 80 miles an hour, landing up to 600 feet in every direction. They said that according to him, it says it's been calculated there was enough energy in each of the beam ejections from the Twin Towers to fire a 200-pound cannonball 3 miles, and there are hundreds of them. He was removed as the CEO of the AE 9/11 Truth Board because he got involved in the COVID stuff. He started calling out the COVID stuff. And the board removed him as the CEO, saying that he got involved in off-mission discussions.
Off-mission.
Off-mission discussions. Isn't that weird? Huh. Strange, isn't it? Strange world in which we live. Always do your own research, because you just never know.
What do you mean it's last call?
Yep. That's 2 hours or something. Pumpkin juice.
Yep.
Huckleberries. Right? Am I right? I mean,
I'm your huckleberry.
And
I'm your huckleberry.
And structures underneath the pyramids and Twin Towers. It's a crazy world out there, kids. Be careful. It's been known as the Daily MoJo for the past 2 hours here for Wednesday, Hump Day, the 2nd day of April, the year of our Lord 2025. Find out if anybody learned a damn thing. The other Steve over in the Rumble chat room says, I can vouch that Ron is a real human. At least the handshake I got at Doc's funeral seemed real. See, the other Steve?
That's what I'm talking about.
I don't know. Is he real? How many of you have ever shaken the other Steve's hand? We don't know. Just saying. I mean, how many of you really looking at other people in the chat room are real?
It's true.
When you put it that way, just saying. Not My Dog says all 3 reinsured the week before. Again, let it go. Really? I don't think so. Wisconsin Jack Hole, I didn't learn a damn thing. Good boy. Excellent. That's the way we like it. Former Pharma Steve says, clearly Brad and Ron are fake, used by those on the other side to paint us all as conspiracy theorists and traitors. It's not as if we could prove that Brad is real from all of the how-to books he licked. AI puts out books all the time.
True.
I might not be real. I might not be any more real than that smoking hot babe. I'm just saying. Ron is angry at YouTube.
I am
for shutting
a little
down the
bit
live
pissed
stream
off,
for showing fun.
quite honestly.
Couldn't tell. Remember, go to protectmymojo.com and show those bastards. Protectmymojo.com. That's where you want to go today and use the promo code DailyMojo to get some money off your Byrna Launcher and tell YouTube to kiss your ass. Fake Zoe in the Daily Mojo chat room says, peace out, everybody. Happy hump day. And Deb says, have a great day. Do Ron, do Ron.
Do Ron.
Right, Ron?
Do Ron.
Right. Now, remember as well, at the same time, that we the people must hang together, otherwise we shall surely hang separately. Sic semper tyrannis, resist stupid. And good night, Dr.
Wherever you are. See ya.
If you're real,
Watch
if you're
and listen
real.
at thedailymojo.com.